Hey everyone, welcome back to my week of fragrance reviews. So I just finished doing a video on a limited edition fragrance by Taylor Swift. That was yesterday's review, I hope you guys liked it. And today I'm going to be talking about a limited edition fragrance from Beyonce. Now this one came out, I guess last summer, so it's kind of old, but like, whatever. So this one is called, well, first of all, it's one of the Heat fragrances, so it's another addition to her large Heat fragrance collection. This one is called the Mrs. Carter Show World Tour Limited Edition. I'm pretty sure it's the longest fragrance name in history, but that's okay. So this was actually only sold on her tour, her Mrs. Carter tour. And I tried to get tickets to see her when she was on it like last summer, and like I guess it was a little bit too slow in getting the tickets because they were sold out. So I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm never going to get this fragrance. And luckily, she was selling it on her website, so I ordered it from her site. I'm going to talk to you about it today. So first, we'll talk about the box. I actually really love this box. I love this sort of light green turquoise kind of color with the gold lettering and all the design, like the sort of trim around the box. We have golden bees on the top, on the side. The back of it is just the name of the fragrance again, and it has this nice sort of like aquatic kind of patterning to the green, almost as if it's like it's a reflection off of like a pool of water. Now, as much as I love the box, I actually love the bottle even more. I think it's her best bottle yet. Now, of course, it is the same as all of her other Heat bottles, but it's the coloring choice that I think really gives it like, you know, a nice look to it. It's one of those bottles that like changes color as you go down. So the top of it is a very nice sort of sky blue, and then it kind of turns into more of like a greeny aquamarine sort of color, and then it fades to the bottom of the bottle, which is sort of a very light green color, because you can kind of see it better that way. And the rim of the bottle again is gold, and it says Beyonce on one side and Heat on the other. Now this is the 100 milliliter bottle. It's the only size it comes in actually. Because it's limited edition, they only made the one size, the one large size. It's actually the only large bottle that I have from Heat. Like I have all the other Heats, but they're like 50 ml or 30. So I finally have like a nice big 3.4 ounce. So, okay. I read up on the fragrance, like I looked at the notes, this is like a while ago, I looked at the notes, and because it's a Heat, it does have an orchid in it. Beyonce always includes orchid in her Heat fragrances, a different type in each one. And orchid is one of my favorite flowers, I love when it's in fragrances. And this fragrance was also stated to have vanilla in it. So I was expecting it to be kind of like a sweeter smell. But you know, looking at the bottle design, like the coloring, the aquatic kind of feel that it gives you, you know, it seemed like it was going to be like a lighter, fresher kind of scent. And all the reviews on it was like, oh yeah, it's very light, it's very fresh, and it was kind of mixed. Some people were saying like different things. So I'm like, you know, I'm just going to have to smell this myself and like figure it out. I feel like the notes are a little misleading. I'll just start from the top. So in the top of the fragrance, we have mangosteen, pink pepper, and acai berry. Honestly though, when I smell this fragrance, all I think of is like a citrus sort of ocean breeze. I find it very light, I find it very fresh, I find it very citrusy. I don't find it very fruity or floral. I mean, I'd say, yeah, it's a light or fruity kind of scent, but I feel like it's mainly that sort of citrus, clean, fresh smell that I get from this one. Especially when you first spray it, you get this fresh wave of like water. Like I feel like there's lemon in it, even though there's not. There's no citruses listed, but I feel like that's kind of the scent that you get. It is a little bit sharp, which I guess is coming from the pink pepper element. I think that's sort of giving it the sharp quality to it. As for the mangosteen and the berry, I feel like those kind of, they're so watered down or like washed away that you just kind of end up smelling like a light fruity, a sharp light fruity kind of smell from the top, and like a secret citrus that's kind of just like dancing around. We don't know how it got there, but I'm pretty sure that's the main star of the show. Secret citrus. Not Secret Service, Secret Citrus. Now in the heart of the fragrance, we have that orchid, as well as the violet and the jasmine. The jasmine I feel like is a stronger kind of white floral scent. I don't really smell it in this fragrance, nor do I smell the violet, nor do I smell the orchid. I'm not sure like what orchid it was that she chose for this one, but I feel like it's just, it's not making itself quite as known as it did in the other heat fragrances. So I feel like when you get to the heart of the fragrance, that sort of zing of like the pepper is kind of gone. The fruits, you know, whatever they were doing at the beginning, they're still kind of doing it, but I feel like there's not too much going on with this fragrance. I feel like the fruits kind of get a little bit sour, and I don't really mean that in like a bad way, but not really in a good way either. Like I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's like she kind of took the fruits, whatever they were, and like poured them in the ocean, like into salt water. And like they kind of washed up ashore, so it's just like, you know, it's this fresh, clean, kind of sour citrus wave. Again, it's refreshing, it's not bad, but it's really not quite what I was expecting. And then we get into the base of the fragrance, which is like the biggest confusion of all. It has sandalwood, musk, and vanilla. I feel like I'd never smell vanilla in this fragrance, like never. It's not a sweet scent. I don't know where everything is really. Everything is just not there. I even waited like a while, like I put it on my skin, like because I've worn it a couple times and I waited and waited and waited, and like I feel like the vanilla just doesn't show itself. So, I mean, I don't want to say that this is a bad fragrance. I'm just saying that the notes that are listed in it, I feel like if you're going to go by that as your like guidelines, I think you're going to be a little disappointed. It's not particularly long lasting. I do find like it lasts like a couple hours, but like it's not going to last you the whole day. It's perfect for like, you know, a daytime in the summer. It's not going to last the winter time at all, just the summer. I'm actually quite surprised that this is not eau de toilette, just because it seems like it's that sort of concentration because it's so light, so subtle, but it is an eau de parfum. I guess the one good thing is that a lot of the other heats, like the original heat and midnight heat and the elixir version, they're all very heavy, whereas this is finally like a sort of a nice subtle alternative. Like if you want a fragrance that's not too demanding or like, you know, loud, this is definitely a quiet kind of scent. But you do have to like citrus, that's what I'm telling you. Like it has that sort of lemony vibe to it. I don't know, that's my opinion. Like maybe you think it's different, maybe my bottle is off, I don't know, but I just feel like that's the only true experience I get with this fragrance. So I'll do a quick summary. Actually, I won't do a quick summary because I feel like all the notes are lies. So I'm going to do a quick little recap of the true notes. So Beyonce Heat Mrs. Carter World Tour Limited Edition is a very light, fresh, breezy fragrance. It smells like citrus and sort of a mix of light mangosteen and berries, light aquatic florals, and nothing sweet or heavy about it. It's perfect for the summertime if you want something fresh and clean. I love the bottle. I think it puts me in a summery kind of mood. And I think the fragrance itself is, I think the bottle is a good representation of the fragrance. Like just look at this. Like you see the light blues, the greens, the watery kind of feel. That's what this fragrance is about. So keep that in mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review, and I'll see you tomorrow for another celebrity fragrance review.